Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 65 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of Minecraft 1.21. Today, I would like to work on making sand automated. Now there's a bunch of ways we can go about doing this, and I've been racking my brain, no joke, for like the last hour, trying to figure out how I want to do sand in an interesting way. Like, I've done sand automation. There's like very boring and simple ways to do it, but then there's like more fun ways to do it. I haven't really decided, but I think I have a plan. So, a couple options we could do. One, we could do the Crush Glyph from Ars Nouveau and do automated spellcasting, which, looking into it, based on the amount of sand we're going to need and the cost of it, I don't know if that's going to be something I feel like doing. It's probably going to be pretty costly to cast the Crush Glyph the amount of times I'm going to need to in terms of stuff. So I'm going to pass on that one. We can also like squeezer sandstone and glass into. No, we're not doing that. This statue loot from a wasteland pig, which I don't think I found yet, so we'll pass on that. We can crusher it with mechanism, which, in fairness, we already have a mechanism crusher set up. I could very easily set up a crafting process right now in 5 seconds that would convert cobblestone into gravel and gravel into sand and call it a day. I want to go a different route. We could also do the same with the rock crusher from Railcraft, but that's a pretty decent sized multi-block, and I don't know if there's any real benefit to going that route versus any other machine. That said, I could also get a SAG Mill from EnderIO, and I think if we use some pretty nice grinding balls, we could probably do a decent amount of upgrading such that we get a healthy amount of sand and gravel from our upgrades. So I think that's the direction I'm going. Also, it kind of gives me a good excuse to check out EnderIO, because I haven't really played with it in the more recent versions of Minecraft. Like, I played with it a little bit when it first came out, like about a few months to a year ago, but I'd like to see like how the mod has come along, like, you know, in the last couple months since I last played with it, right? Other options would be the Material Stonework Factory. This is kind of like the de facto one. Frankly, this is like the easiest approach. You make a Material Stonework Factory from Industrial Foregoing. You can put lava and water in there, and it'll automatically create cobblestone. And then right in the UI, you can configure it to like break stuff down and do a bunch of things. So you can either, you know, it'll turn cobble into like lots of different things. So Material Stonework Factory has like a ton of things it can produce for you, like tons and tons. If you were looking for a simple approach, it would be either this or the Crusher. But that said, I think I'm going to do EnderIO, just like I said, as an excuse to get into EnderIO. And I don't know how good some of these balls. It looks like there's like a bunch of them. So hopefully there's one in here that's like really cool and like really outputs the bonus output to like a decently high number. Like maybe that one. That's like 185% for bonus output. That could be cool. Ooh, 215% for bonus output. That's cool. That seems even better than pulsating. Yeah. So definitely worth checking out, right? Ooh, 240% and 140. That seems like the best, right? That definitely seems better. Yeah, I think end steel might be where I want to go. But before we get into grinding balls, we're going to do a whole bunch of other stuff to get started. So let's spend today checking out EnderIO. So to get started in EnderIO, the first thing you're going to need are Grains of Infinity. Grains of Infinity are crafted by lighting bedrock on fire. And then there's a chance that when the fire extinguishes itself, it'll produce Grains of Infinity. Cool. You can also apparently do this on Deep Slate, but Bedrock seems like it has max item drops higher. I might want to automate this. I don't know that we're going to need a ton of Grains of Infinity, but you know Dyer, he likes to automate things, sometimes just for funsies. So we'll take a look. So first things first, find Bedrock. So I'm already very close to Bedrock. What I'm going to do is probably... Do I want to like carve out a new area of bedrock, or do I want to... I could probably carve out a new area of bedrock. That could be fun. So, hey, turn you on. 7 insta-break. That's pretty cool. I like, right? Not too shabby. And then we could probably do something like this. Is that good? All right, so now we don't have a very flat bedrock, right? So we might want to So automating this is going to be a little tricky, but also not terribly tricky. Because we have some cool stuff from Just Dire things that can help. Now, I'm pretty sure I have out-of-range wireless. I should look into the Infinity. I bet I'm at the point where I could probably manage this. Where's the Infinity dude from? The infinite range from the AE. What do we call it? Terminal. Where is it? AE infinite. Do we not have infinity water cell, infinity cobblestone cell? Ooh, I can probably look at those, by the way, because I'm going to want infinite cobblestone, so that might be cool. Do I not have the infinite range? Where is that thing? It might be part of the crafting terminals mod, which may not be updated for 1.21 yet. So there may not be an infinite range terminal guy yet, now that I'm thinking about it. Quantum bridge card, that's probably what I want. I think quantum bridge card makes it infinite range. There we go. Quantum bridge card. Yeah. That's probably what I want. That's cool. So we're gonna have to make a quantum bridge if we want infinite range wireless. I can do that. Okay, so yes, we can definitely do infinite range. We will do that soon. Anyway, let's get a flint and steel. So what I'm gonna do is pop home. We're gonna want, for now, a basic flint and steel. But if I decide to automate this, I will probably wind up going with like the cold steel. Cold fire igniter from EnderIO, which I assume is a power-based igniter rather than one that uses durability, and that would be cool. Magnet on. Now, if I'm lucky, hear that popping noise? That's the fire extinguishing and giving me grains of infinity, which is cool. Nice. So setting up a grains of infinity farm with Just Dire things should be relatively easy, to be honest with you. Sweet, we already got 30 of them. So that's a lot of grains of infinity. I almost feel like we don't even need to automate it, but we'll find out. We'll find out if it turns out we need to. All right, so first thing to make with your grains of infinity, which I'm going to put in my AE system real quick, and this torch as well, is a primitive alloy smelter. This is going to be your gateway into the mod. Lots of mods do this, where they have like intro type stuff. So cobbled deep slate, we'll look into deep slate. There we go. So, there we go. Primitive alloy smelter. Easy peasy. Sweet. And now we can hook up, using some coal, or some other fuel source, the stuff we're going to need to really get into this mod. So most items in the mod require void chassis to get started. Again, grains of infinity in the recipe. In addition, you're probably going to want to early on get yourself some dark steel. So dark steel ingots is one of like the main components that you're going to want to get. So we can either make coal dust to save ourselves on a little bit of coal, or we can just use 2 coal. Looks like that's probably the easier way. You can either do this in an alloy smelter, which requires dark steel ingots, so no, you can't do that first. Or you can make it in the primitive alloy smelter, and then that'll let you get to the proper alloy smelter. So primitive is kind of like getting started, and then you'll do better. Obsidian. How are we for obsidian? Not great, not terrible. I should probably put obsidian on my to-do list of fully automate. We'll have to figure out how we're going to fully automate that thing as well. And then we're going to want coal, which is like half a stack. And then we're going to want iron, which is, again, this many. But we have lots of iron dust here, so we should probably... So I'm going to cook this up real quick, which should not take, hopefully, too long. And while that's happening, I think it's fair to export bus iron dust. Is that true? Should be. Hey, there we go. Nice. I may want an acceleration card or 2. Only because I think that's warranted. And then with you off real quick, you are also not able to transmit energy quite fast enough. I was hoping that you would be. What's your range on this thing? Like, are you just doing one machine or what? No, you're also working on the mechanical drying basin, so that's definitely a thing. Yeah, it occurs to me, like, I think your limit is 1,000 FE per tick, and what are you using? More than that, I assume? Yeah, that could be a thing. If I put you on there, is that cool? That definitely helps. Yeah, meh. Okay. I'm assuming that we're going to be good on iron at this point. Oh yeah, look at that. No more iron concerns. And all of a sudden I can hear all my fuel processing like going crazy. Because we have a lot of fuel processing to do. Alright, so dark steel ingots are a go. And at this point I can make my primitive alloy smelter into a proper alloy smelter. So again, need the void chassis. And then we're also going to need some iron gears, which look easy enough to make. And then we're going to need a cauldron. And then the proper alloy smelter. Now this guy can make lots of alloys from EnderIO. There's like a bunch of stuff it can make here, including energetic alloys. It can smelt like regular stuff too, so like any normal smelting recipe. But there's a bunch of alloys it can make, some of which are kind of cool, and we'll be checking out. So let's actually remove you guys now, because I don't need this no more. And let's get a power thing. And like usual, I'm going to wind up starting with like just being up here, and then we're going to find a spot down in the basement where we're going to like set up an EnderIO area once I decide how many EnderIO machines I need to automate. Because there's a lot of stuff you can do with EnderIO. We'll see how far we're going to get into it and how much stuff we're going to want to do from playing around with it. And I really need to upgrade my power system. So like that also needs to be on the to-do list. Like I should look into should really look into these dudes. Energize, like these guys are cool. And maybe even a few other nitro tier things. Because nitro tier stuff is not too bad to get actually now that we have nether stars. It's just blazing crystals, redstone, and another star, and actually a lot of forge energy. Like a lot of forge energy. But at some point, I'm curious to see how far I can get in this series before I have to move away from my just dire things fuel source. Like, granted, this one simple coal generator fuel not producing a ton of fuel, right? Like, by no stretch of the imagination, it's producing 4,000 FE per tick, right? But it's held me over through a stack of episodes, so I'll take it. All right, so anyway, you're done, which is cool, which means I can pop you here and you there, and oh my goodness, we got a new whole UI going on here. That's neat. There's not enough power to use this machine. Install capacitor. Yes. So EnderIO, that's a cool new UI though. That was a surprise. Needs capacitors. There's two types of capacitors. Those that you can find in dungeon loot, which are like pretty random in terms of their stats. So like, you know, there's phase modifiers, energy capacity modifier, fuel efficiency modifier. I honestly don't know a lot of what these attributes mean. I honestly just don't. Yeah, I don't quite know. Burning energy generation monitor. I assume that means that it makes it generate more power per fuel. So maybe that's useful in a like fuel burning generator kind of guy. I don't know. So like this guy has a base modifier of 3. These are the 3 you can craft. These are the kinds that you can find out in the world. So I'm guessing this is better than one of these. I'm hoping fuel efficiency modifier is a good thing, right? It doesn't, I don't know. So like this base modifier is 1, so that's pretty close to a basic capacitor. This one's 3.5, so that's a little bit better than an octadic capacitor, would be my guess. Okay. So we're going to want one of these dudes to start, and putting it in here will give it the ability to store energy and the ability to operate. So the machine is idle. You can configure this thing to be in one of 3 modes. Furnace only means it works just like a furnace. So anything that a furnace can burn, this will burn, and that's it. Alloys will only make alloys. So like all the alloys from EnderIO. So if we looked over here, you'll see that there's a bunch of alloys that you can make, which I will find. Here's some examples, right? Energetic alloys, vibrant alloys, redstone alloy, conductive alloy, pulsating alloy, dark steel alloy, all this stuff, right? So if you're in furnace mode, you will make like, raw iron into iron, right? In alloys mode, you'll be able to make these things, and in both mode, it'll just be able to make either one. I generally like to put this in alloys mode because this isn't going to be my primary furnace. But if you were using it as your primary furnace, you would either want to leave it in both mode or put it in furnace only mode. Okay. You can also configure the input output of the machine by right clicking on the side of the machine whether or not it pushes or pulls to adjacent inventories. So by default, it's just going to you can pipe items in and out on any side. But if you want to automatically push to the back or something like that, you can configure that, and we will be doing that in a little bit. And then there's also a redstone active mode. So cool beans. All right, now with you cooking, let's do some more dark steel, which should be cooking up. Nice. Okay, cool. Now, if I wanted to try this nice, insatiable, impossible capacitor, which I must have found in a loot chest somewhere, we could see how that goes, right? So if I swap this dude out, right, currently he's storing 64,000 of whatever that thing is. Now he can store 341,000, and you can see he's running a lot quicker. So that is cool, right? So we will definitely want to make some capacitors here because we don't have probably enough of these, and they're probably not all good enough to be worth it. But I happen to have one that was definitely better than anything I can make, so I might as well use it in my smelter, right? That's cool. All right, so should we now go find a spot downstairs to stick this thing? I feel like the answer is yes, only because I want to start automating this doohickey. So yeah, that's, I think, the plan. So we'll go into our sub basement here. How many machines do we think we're gonna have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like we're gonna have more than 4, right? How many machines are in EnderIO that I might need to automate? So we're gonna definitely automate the alloy smelter. We're gonna automate the SAG Mill, probably the slice and splice, probably the soul binder. Is that it for now? Probably. I didn't see much going by way of the vat, so I don't know that these all these liquids are automated yet or implemented yet. Like most of them don't have a recipe except for this guy. So XP juice obviously does, but that's fine. So I think maybe 4 is the correct number. So should we just do that? 3x3 it? I'm cool with doing that. Cool. All right, let's turn off InstaBreak for a minute just to be a little bit safer. Sweet. Okay, and this can be our EnderIO type location. I'm down with that. I like it. Cool. Okay. And now that I'm thinking about it, I should probably make this floorboards for that. Well, actually, let's make you. I always have like a little buffer dude, right? That is not what I meant to put there. Perfect. All right, so the first of our automation machines that will sit here will wind up being the alloy smeltery, right? And I'm thinking I'll do, let's do a little bit of energy transmitter, dude. Yeah, because then we can, and hopefully we're not, going too crazy. I do have to look at like making these better though. Like a tier 2 version, I want it to be more than just has bigger capacitor. I want it to be like has bigger capacitor and cool new feature. I think I mentioned before I'm toying with the idea of having them like have like a network that they all link interdimensionally to automatically. Kind of like right now they have to be near each other to stay, within whatever. If we, and I could even do this here, right? If I did this. Right, now they should keep each other synchronized. Cool. So they'll like share their energy and whatnot. I just want to make sure this guy is in the deny list. And now I don't even need one of these over here, so that's kind of cool. Yeah. But they have to like their area of effect has to overlap. At least one of them has to be overlapping the other, right? And then they keep each other synchronized. I have an idea where it's like maybe they have like a wireless channel of some kind, and you can they'll keep each other synchronized like across any distance. That would kind of be cool, right? So like almost like Flux networks, a little bit. I'm liking that idea, and I'm thinking that might be an Eclipse alloy tier. Like, yeah, like you'd have to get to tier 4 to get to that, but we'll see. Idea, but not fully fleshed out yet. Because like you really have to like make sure that whatever you're doing makes some semblance of sense. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know if you like the idea. Okay, so then over here, let's turn you off for a sec. I'm gonna clear out a little back area, dude. Do we have nearby cabling and stuff? I assume we do. And I assume it might be... Yeah, we have stuff over here, right? Cool. All right, so we have 4 channels online for this guy. I suspect we're going to need at least 4 more. The reason I say that is because it's true. So let's do this, actually. Let's get some cabling here. I probably want a little bit more. Right, we have absolutely no sand. The whole reason I'm doing this. It's fine. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Let's do... What I'll probably want to do is Actually, you should stay, but I'm going to do... like that, and then come across here. Does that sound cool? That could be... I don't know how much actually that's helping. Yeah, it's like way too many extra cables. What I'll probably want to do is something like this. I just have like one more cable? So far, so good. Okay, getting a few extras. Really need to get that sand cooking. And then I want a pattern provider, right? And I'm thinking the pattern provider could go underneath. That seems to work. Cool. And then we can configure this guy so that he can push to the bottom. So he'll still be able to receive from the bottom, but then he'll push automatically any outputs out. Okay. So let's go upstairs and get some stuff ready to go patterning wise. So I'm going to teach you how to make dark steel ingots with this guy, right? And we probably want to check out some other EnderIO recipes that I know. Energetic alloys is a common one we're going to want to know how to make. But we're also going to need patterns. Luckily, I made a bunch of those in the past because we don't have enough glass for that. And we'll also teach you vibrant alloys. And we'll also teach you... Well, for now, that's probably enough. I think I'm going to need more in the future, but we'll like cross that bridge when we get there. Is that cool? I might throw this one in there just because I have a feeling that's one we're going to need at some point soon. Now, in addition, I wouldn't mind a SAG mill. So let's just go ahead and make one of those if we can, right? SAG mill. Okay, and I should probably also teach you how to make this and how to make these. I don't know how often we're going to be making these, to be completely honest, but... And then another pattern provider, please. Okay, So you're going to sit there. You should automatically get charged up in the next second or two. Oh, right, you need a capacitor in order to receive charge. Okay. What kind of capacitors do we have at the moment? So we have a 1x. That has a base modifier of 3. It's a burning efficiency one, but, like, do I care? Probably not. Let's go ahead and use this one, because even though it says it's a burning efficiency, I think it'll still give me, like, a lot of speed upgrade. And that's pretty cool. See? So, like, I feel like these particles are moving in the opposite direction than they should have. Don't they look like they're moving left to right? Yeah. What should be... This guy should be charging this guy, not the other way around. So this is definitely, like, just a visual bug, but, like, a bug nonetheless that I should probably fix. Cool. Okay. So then you guys all go in here. And then for our SAG Mill, we're definitely going to have a few things we're going to want to do, I think. But the first part will be, let's do gravel and sand, because that's kind of why we're here, right? So for SAG Mill, what I'm going to do is I'm only going to teach the part where it's like guaranteed, right? So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do... It really doesn't matter which one of these you click from. In fact, I could have clicked from any one of them. It wouldn't matter. But, like, I know I'm definitely going to get 1 gravel for putting cobble in. And that's it. SAG Mill. There's the alloy smeltery. Are these in alphabetical order now? Oh, that's cool. Did not realize that. Sweet. So now I should be able to request, like, 100 sand, right? And if we check, this dude should be chugging along. And his IO will also be configured to push on the bottom. Is that cool? Now with him set to push on the bottom, is he no longer accepting from the bottom? Because that might be a problem, but I guess we'll see. Are you crafting 39? I guess we'll see. Did you complete the craft or no? Yeah, machine one. Oh, so he no longer does accept from the bottom. Okay. Push, pull, push, pull. I could do that. Push, pull might work. Let's try it with this one here too. Right? So now if I say, give me sand, that's working. That's working. Now, do you have a crafting card? Because you should be crafting to keep in stock here. You do not. So you should get a crafting card. Because your whole thing is like keep 64 sand in stock. You should craft if you need to make that happen. Cool. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Now the best grinding balls that are possible to make are end steel grinding balls. Those need end steel ingots, which we're going to have to teach you how to make. So that just needs end stone, obsidian, and dark steel. That doesn't seem so bad. We already know how to make dark steel, right? So if I wanted to teach you this and this, that's cool. So alloy smelter is here. Crafting pattern is here. We need powdered coal. Oh, I did the powdered coal recipe. Okay, yes. Let's do powdered coal as a SAG mill of coal or charcoal for that matter. I feel like charcoal might be the better way to go, though we probably won't have a lot of charcoal in stock a lot of the time. So we'll do that. Toss that into the SAG mill recipe. Now we can make an end steel grinding ball. Now, one thing it might need is what you should probably do is set these to blocking mode. At least this one, right? Because he might wind up doing stuff you don't want him to do. Sweet. That was cool. You get a lot of... Now these guys do get used up. That's one thing to note, right? So if we come over here and look at sand, right? Give me like another 200 sand, right? This guy's going to get used up. So we're going to want to like kind of keep these in stock. So what I could do is an export bus with a crafting card. And stick you right there with some cables, which hopefully I can get like 100 of now because we have sand. Okay, and you're going to do end steel grinding ball with crafting card. And hopefully you should be crafting on demand some end steel. Cool. And that'll keep those dudes in stock. That is not terrible. You know what my only problem with this is right now? He doesn't push fast enough. Like, he definitely pushes, but not fast enough, which is kind of funny. Kind of funny. So why are you... Oh, you're scheduling powdered coal. Yeah, you're waiting for powdered coal. That makes sense. Yeah, he doesn't push fast enough. And I don't know if there's a way to make him push faster. So my thought is we should think of a way. Error. There's not enough room in the output. Error. So I love it. Everything's great here. This is good. My only problem being output not fast enough. Definitely a little on the slower side. So this should bump up now. We should see end steel grinding balls be better now in a few seconds. Once he's done doing his thing over there. There we go, 43, nice. And then it's going to make some more. The good news is you get a lot of the grinding balls per set of ingots. So not a huge deal. But yes, definitely needs, you know, a little bit of... But we're also getting, like, bonus output, too, which is cool. Like, we're getting a lot of bonus output here. Because these guys make your bonus output almost double. So, like, your main output is, like, 150%, and then your bonus output is, like, 240%. So, probably pretty cool. Probably pretty cool. I don't see anything being better than 140, 240, right? Some stuff comes close, but 140, 240, unless you want your main output to be higher, then your bonus output drops a lot. I might want vibrant alloy. The nice thing about vibrant alloy is it would be all would give me a slightly higher main output, but also all these are mob drops. So ender pearl, redstone, glowstone, and gold are all like pretty cool. So maybe I want to change this out to be vibrant alloy. Because that's going to be far easier. Like, it's just going to already be automated, right? All I need to do is teach you how to make vibrant alloy dudes. So if I remove you here, you should start cooking. Hooray! And we're cooking. That's cool. And it made the 24. Yeah, so almost all, like, pretty much everything there is already fully automated. So I like it. All right, so that's an intro to EnderIO. Pretty cool mod. Lots of neat stuff to check out. We'll come back, I think, next time and play with it a little bit more. But for now, it's wrapping up point. So Dowell20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We now have sand automated, which is cool, which means, like, you're going to behave yourself, right? Which means I can come over here, right? And on the up, we can sense for, like, the next raw ore. So, like, let's do silver. I want to start, like, processing all this. So, like, if there's silver in here, emit a redstone signal. And then also on the up, we will stock silver times 10. And then over here, I can configure you for 10. Cool. And hopefully you're going to behave yourself, right? And you're definitely going to be good, right? I hope so. We'll find out. For now, Dowell20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time and continue all this fun stuff. For now, Take it easy.